This is the plaintiff, Michael McCaskill. He says he rented a 2-bedroom townhouse with his girlfriend and his sister, and the unfair defendant has invented phony damages in an attempt to steal their security deposits. This guy has also harassed them and has caused them great financial stress, which is unwarranted, and he's here suing this louse for every penny of the $8,925 he's owed. This is the defendant, Iffy. He says the plaintiff called him and told him he was moving to Texas and then disappeared. The plaintiff left his once beautiful condo a total mess. He's out way more than what the security was, and if anyone's owed money today, it's certainly not the plaintiff. He's accused of unfairly keeping a security deposit. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $4,344.52 for the balance of repairs, harassment, and emotional distress.
All parties, please use your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff rented a 2-bedroom condo from the defendant and says the guy is not returning his security by trumping up all these charges. But the defendant says the plaintiff told him he was moving to Texas and then just disappeared. It's the case of Texas Bull.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. McCaskill, you're suing your former landlord, Mr. Effie, for $8,923, and you are counterclaiming against him, besides having kept his security deposit, an additional $4,000 some odd dollars. Let me hear from you first, Mr. McCaskill. What happened here?
Your Honor, we were moving out of our apartment. It was the end of our lease. I notified Iffy.
Who's we?
Me and my girlfriend.
What's your girlfriend's name?
Calissa.
Was there anybody else on the lease?
Yes, my sister was on the lease.
And what's your sister's name?
Lashina.
Okay, go ahead.
But she did not live there.
Okay.
So I notified Iffy, letting them know that we were going to leave. I told him that I would be leaving on the 9th of October.
Okay. Had you paid September?
Yes, ma'am.
Had you paid October?
Yes, ma'am.
You paid the month of October?
I paid the end of my lease, not October, September.
You didn't pay anything for October?
No, ma'am.
And you left on the what of October?
On the 9th.
Okay, go on.
And so I left. Iffy came on the 8th. We walked around. I showed him the door that was broken.
Why was the door broken?
One of the workers got stuck in the door, so I had to push it open.
One of what workers?
The guys who were moving our furniture.
And where were you moving to?
Texas.
Okay, go on.
So that happened, and I told him that the movers had packed up the remotes and one of
the remotes for what?
For the ceiling fans.
Oh, those weren't supposed to be packed. How
No.
would they pack up the remotes?
Oh.
That's so weird. They know they're not taking the fans, so why would they pack up the remotes? I don't think they packed up the remotes.
And I specifically gave them instructions, don't pack any remotes.
Did you pay movers to pack you?
Yes.
Like they took your clothes out of your, what an extravagance. So did you, so like you didn't pack boxes, the movers packed the boxes?
Yes, ma'am.
Gotcha, go on.
So after all that happened, I let Iffy know immediately that these items were packed up by mistake.
Did they also accidentally pack a
One fire
smoke
alarm.
detector?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, go on.
I told Iffy, hey, just take it out of the deposit, whatever it takes, just take it out of the deposit.
Out of curiosity, what did they charge you to pack all your stuff?
Well, at first they charged me $4,000. And then when I got to Texas, it turned to $7,000.
Yeah, that's how it works.
All right.
Yeah.
So.
And the walkthrough, the next day you were supposed to have a cleaning crew there.
Oh, yeah. So the walkthrough, I let Iffy know that I'll have guys over there the next day, and they'll take care of whatever he wants them to take care of.
Okay.
They'll be there at 12. He said he'll be there at 12. He did not show up at 12. We stayed till 2.
Wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. Say that again. So did the cleaning crew clean? Yes or no?
No.
The cleaning crew never showed up.
They came and just took the trash. They came and just took the trash, and that was it. Because I I had a lot of trash
Why didn't the
bags.
cleaning crew, I'm sorry, who's the cleaning crew? Did you hire people to clean or didn't you?
I did.
Are they friends?
No, it was an actual cleaning through the.
So you told them, never mind, don't clean because he's not here?
Yes.
Why? Did you expect him to stand there while they were cleaning?
Well, that's what we said.
No, what the premise is that they're going to clean and he's going to walk in and take a look, not that he's going to stand there while they're cleaning.
Well, no, what we said was, because I had already had guys coming over that night, and I said the next day, I'm going to have some more guys. You can point out whatever you want, and we'll take care of whatever it is you need. So, door.
I'm sorry, I don't understand you. You called them off with time. You told them don't come,
Yes.
and which means you didn't pay them, and that's because he didn't show up for what? The final walkthrough where things are clean?
No.
They're supposed to be clean. He's not going to stand there while they're cleaning.
So the original.
All right,
walkthrough-
just move on. All right, so
Okay.
the bottom line is you didn't leave it clean, and then go on. We're going to see the pictures of how you left it in a moment, but go on.
We get down to. I get down to Texas. A few days pass. It's the 16th, and if he messages me, asks me how I'm doing, I tell him I'm doing good. He says that I need to give him $1,500 extra on top of my deposit.
Okay.
I said, well, you need to send me the receipts for this. He sends me a write-out, sheet of paper, and I say, Iffy, this isn't verifiable. Just send me the receipts. So he says he lost the receipts, and we go back and forth for a little bit, and he tells me that he's going to contact my sister and my girlfriend. And I told him, do not contact my sister and girlfriend because this is between me and you.
Well, not really. They're on the lease. He has an absolute right to contact anyone who's on the lease because they're all people he can sue.
If I owed him money.
Right, but it doesn't mean that he can't contact them. He can contact them.
Okay.
Did he contact them?
He did, Your Honor.
And then they said, stop harassing us on the first contact?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, okay, so, all right, so then he's dealing with you, and then what happens? He tells you, no, I'm not only not returning money, you owe me money, right? And you
Yes,
feel
Your
that
Honor.
that is unwarranted and unfair. So the bottom line is you never saw receipts, is what you're saying.
Yes, Your Honor.
Right, all right, let me talk to you. What happened here? What's the problem?
What's the problem? Okay, first of all, before they moved in, him and his girlfriend, hi. We remodeled the apartment because my wife was pushing to get good tenants, and so we changed all 3 new toilets, new vanities, new mirrors, new shutters that I installed, fresh paint all over the apartment.
How about the kitchen?
The kitchen was in a good shape. There was
Okay.
no reason to. I mean, and that's it. I was looking for a tenant.
Okay.
And,
So you find him, and then they live there for a year, and then was he a good tenant?
He was a perfect
Perfect
a
tenant.
dream
And
tenant.
great
paying
tenant.
on the day.
Okay,
On the
and
day.
which is all we care about until we look at the apartment, right? And then when you look at the apartment on the 8th with him, then what?
I was shocked.
Why?
I mean, why? Okay. Trash all over the place. Small bugs flying around. Terrible smell. The walls, the fresh paint that we left, I mean, stained with footprints, with scratches.
Do you have
It is
pictures?
a 3-level. I'm sorry?
Did you submit pictures?
Oh, yeah, of course. It's for the before and after.
All right, let's look at some pictures. This is how you handed it to him. These are your before pictures,
Yeah.
according to you. You would agree that it was a fresh coat of paint when they, correct?
In some areas, yes, Your Honor.
In some areas. What areas weren't?
The bathrooms.
Okay. And then, according to him, this is how you left it. This door frame is broken, and according to you, why is that door frame broken? Because the movers locked themselves in a pocket door? How did that happen?
So the door, the lock on the door didn't work. So we just never closed it again. Because my girlfriend got
Why
stuck
is the
in there.
mover closing himself in the bathroom? I guess because he had to go?
He had to use the
Okay.
bathroom. And I was downstairs.
What happened
when
to
he
the
did it.
shelf?
So when we moved
And you were
in-
downstairs and what? He couldn't just wait for you to go there and use his cell phone and call you or something? He had to break the door? Because
No,
that's going to. Did they pay you for that, or no? They just charge you another $3,000. Okay. What is this that I'm looking at?
So when we moved in, we thought these items were iffies. And
What items?
there's items in like a whole bunch of decorations and stuff in there. So we thought it was iffy, so we never took it out. We just
You
left
mean
it.
inside of the cabinet?
Yes, Your Honor.
And according to you, that's complete nonsense.
We cleaned the apartment all over, including the cabinets. I mean, all around before they moved in. So
Okay. Was that
nothing
broken like that when you moved in?
Yes, Your Honor, but I didn't see it at the time.
I mean, it's visible.
This is actual.
This is pretty visible. This is on top of what? This is the refrigerator?
the refrigerator, Your Honor.
Yeah. What is this?
That was the banister.
Yeah, no.
These are the scratches on the
No, I know, but
railing.
how did those scratches happen?
I couldn't tell you, Your Honor. That's how
Okay,
it was
whose
when we
footprint
moved
is
in.
that? Can you tell me that?
I don't know, Your Honor.
Where was that footprint? Literally, I just don't know how does this happen? Who put, okay. The fact that the footprint is that dirty and then on the wall, who did that? Like, who?
These items weren't there when we did our walk around.
Oh, show me the pictures of your walkthrough.
We took no photos.
There you have it. What do you think? That he put his foot in mud and then put a footprint?
The plaintiff says the defendant left him in financial distress by stealing a security deposit and he wants it returned. The defendant says the plaintiff was an uncaring slob who left the place filthy, a filthy, disgusting mess. And if anyone's owed money today, it's him. Let's listen.
I'm looking at the pictures and they look pretty bad. Here's where the things were taken. That's fine. What happened here? Do you think he damaged his own kitchen in order to pin it on you?
No.
Right.
This is how it was, Your Honor.
I just showed the pictures of how it was, and it didn't look like that in the before pictures.
This is a close-up of the cabinet in the kitchen. The kitchens were like this, and they had the stuff peeling off of it.
Do you have a lease with him? And in the lease, does it say everything is in perfect condition?
I couldn't.
Do you have the lease with you?
Right here.
Can you hand it over?
Sure.
What is this? Footprints on the wall?
Just stain. I mean.
No, this is actually
That's the that's
Yeah, that's a footprint.
Yeah, that's the one.
from a shoe.
That is mine, Your Honor.
Oh, you think?
Yes.
All right, you're not going to tell me that he cooked on it and left little crumbs to frame you?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, why is all this junk here?
That's what I was using.
No, I know why one buys cleaning supplies. My question is, why did you leave it behind? Especially a guy who's paying somebody $4,000 to pack you. How did that happen, that the cleaning supplies were left behind? Because someone was planning on cleaning the next day and nobody cleaned, right? You saved yourself the money. And now, it's time to pay the piper. There's a garbage bag. I thought you said the people took the garbage bags.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, there's the garbage bag.
That is one of the garbage bags.
What is this a picture of? Just the junk that they left
The way
behind?
that I found it after he left.
Okay.
I came on the following day.
Okay.
That's how I
So
found it.
let's talk about. Yeah, it's pretty dirty. Jeez. Ugh.
I'm not disputing that, Your
Well,
Honor.
no. Which ones are you disputing?
So
Don't even answer.
And Your Honor,
What is this?
This is the worst ever.
What is this?
It took us time to find out what is the source of the stinking smell in the kitchen. Rotten food that was left in the dishwasher.
Oh, jeez.
First time ever for me. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Wow. All right. Let's talk about the damages. You feel you were out the following damages: $54.85 for the remotes, $63 for the smoke detector. You don't dispute those, right?
No, Your Honor.
You're charging $300 for cleaning. Do you dispute that?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Then you're charging $863.71 for unpaid rent the days that he stayed there in October. And what's your defense on that?
We didn't speak about that.
Well, would you think you were going to stay for free?
No, Your Honor. But had I known what he was charging, I could have.
Well, wait, what he was charging is just the prorated rent. Let me tell you what he could have charged. He could have charged a whole month of October because he can't rent it in October. So he could have said to you, you stay the first day in October, that's the law. First day in October, you've stayed the whole month. He didn't do that. He only prorated the rent, and he used your rent as how to prorate. So why would you think that wasn't going to happen? Why would he pay your rent for 9 days?
There's no reason, Your Honor.
Okay, well, you're very sweet in here, but in the text, when you're talking to him, you're like, you give me back my money, or in 21 days, or the law is you have to give me back my money.
Yes, sir.
Because you didn't give it. So explain that to me.
So I, as agreed, had he taken the whole deposit, I would have been okay with. But he said I owed him $1,500 more.
Right.
Which is what I had a problem with.
Right.
$300 for cleaning, $60 for a remote.
Yeah, but that's probably not true because although he said you owed it to him, he didn't sue you. You sued him.
Yes, Your Honor.
So I would imagine he would have eaten it because how's he going to serve you in Texas? And, I don't know. I imagine it would just stayed there had you not done the suing.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're not only suing for your security deposit back, you're suing for $8,925.
Yes, Your Honor.
The amount of your security deposit for your security deposit, that same amount for harassment. What's the harassment?
Welcome back to the People's Court. The question is the defendant being unfair and greedy by keeping the plaintiff's security, or did the plaintiff do damage to the place? Let's go back into the courtroom and find out.
After I told him not to contact my family, he contacted my family.
He has a perfect right to.
But then
and
he
it
went
was
on to,
once. That's not harassment anyway. And then
well, he went on to LinkedIn.
$2,975 for financial stress. What's that?
So the money that I was supposed to receive from the return, I was going to use for my furniture to pay the rest of my
I got an
furniture.
idea. Pack your own stuff. You are talking to the People's Court judge. I am well paid. In my life, I have never paid somebody to pack me. In my life. To me, that is such an extravagance. And I know there's people who do it. God bless them. But that's like, wow, that's crazy. Maybe that money could have gone towards the furniture. All right, the fact that a person lives hand to mouth and needs this money for that doesn't mean that assuming that you were entitled to your deposit back, that you get to double it because it caused you financial stress. All right, so we've talked about the unpaid rent. Paint and woodwork. Do you have a receipt for the $3,600 for paint and the woodwork?
Of course.
Yeah, I saw that. Now let's talk about that because that's a very hefty sum. And I want to understand why he would be responsible for all of that. Priming and painting all walls due to moisture damage. What's that about?
I don't know. I guess it was in the kitchen. I didn't get into the details, frankly. I mean, for me, what I did is, comparing the work that he did for us in our residence to the damage that I saw over here and size of the walls and so on. Because in our house, we did only the upper floor. And with the woodwork that he had to fix in the kitchen. And
you're saying like whether
door.
or not you found this to be reasonable was based on the price that you paid for your own place,
Yes,
is what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to deduct some of that because I don't think that the tenant should have to pay for moisture damage. That has to do with your own issues unless you can pin it on them, and I don't think you can pin it on them. I'm not going to award you $1,766 in lost wages. And the loss of rental income. Now, this is interesting. What's the loss of rental income?
That I had to spend 1 week to fix the apartment. I couldn't rent it out.
Yeah,
it is less than the 1 month that you mentioned, Your Honor, anyway.
I know.
So
But
I think it's reasonable.
This is not looking good for you. On your lawsuit against him for $8,925, I find in his favor. I don't believe that you have shown entitlement to your security deposit because I'm looking at a lot of work there based on the way you guys left it. It's not just that it needs cleaning. It's that the whole place needed painting based on people putting their dirty, filthy feet on walls, which is nuts. And it's an obvious habit of a bunch of people because there's 2 footprints and 1 shoe print. Yeah, you got to clean that off. Like, your response can't be, yeah, I looked it up, which it was. I looked it up online and the broken door should be $200. No, you need to fix it or you take whatever it costs him to fix it and to paint it and everything else. And I do believe that the painting might include things that aren't a tennis foot, so I'm taking out $1,000 for the painting. And based on everything else that I do see, subtracting your security deposit from the amount I think he's entitled to still leaves you with a deficit. So on his count, on your claim against him, 0, on his claim against you, I am ordering you to pay him $806.56. That's my verdict. Good luck, folks.
Thank you.
Hold on, please.
Well, it didn't work out too well for the plaintiff. He was suing the defendant for almost $9,000. He ends up having to pay the defendant almost another $1,000. How about that? Let's see what he has to say. Mr. McCaskill, you're smiling, but what are you thinking? Tell me.
The judge made her decision. I'm okay with it. Iffy's always been a good dude. I feel like I was good to Iffy. It just didn't work out in my favor.
All right. Well, I'm sorry. I know this didn't end up the way you thought it was going to. So you have to pay him another almost $800.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay? Very good. Let's find out how the defendant feels about this. You know, you were suing Mr. Effie for $4,300. You didn't get that. You know, you get less than $1,000, but you didn't have to pay him anything, so that's a relief, right?
Yeah, right.
It really did look like it was really bad in there. Did most of your tenants, or you ever had any tenants leave a place in that poor shape?
No, that was the worst ever, frankly. I mean, I've got here and there, but not like that, not even close.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay? Yeah. Harvey, you saw the evidence. What did you think? It was bad, right?
So, Doug, this is really a case about normal wear and tear. The longer you're in a unit, the more leeway the judge gives you in terms of repainting the walls or redoing the carpeting. The longer you're there, the more it's likely to be normal wear and tear.
Marilyn, what beauty product is always in your bag?
Well, if you mean my purse, none. But if you mean my travel bag, like what won't I leave home without, is probably moisturizer.
Moisturizer. You're always telling me to use that stuff. I bet I pretty much never do.
No, you never do.
I probably should.
Right. Skin to skin, dude. It has, you know.
I'm trying to think of what I carry. Does a toothbrush count as a beauty product?
No, that's not a beauty product. You carry a beauty product.
Wait a minute. Tell what?
Hair gel.
You said you wouldn't talk about that.
Hair gel. And what's funny is when I met you, you had never in your life blow dried your hair.
That's true. I didn't own a blow dryer.
You didn't
I was
own a blow dryer?
30. I was 30 years old.
Yeah, you were 29. No, you were 30, and you had never in your life.
Get out of the shower with the wet hair, comb it like Pee Wee Herman, and go to work.
And move on. Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you're quite the dandy now, though.
You trained me.
Yeah.